Did you vote in the 2020 presidential election? According to ncsc.org, 6.2 million Americans are unable to vote due to having previously been convicted of a crime. That is 6.2 million American citizens who live, work, and raise families in our community who are unable to vote due to something that they did in their past. Hi, my name is Beth Kraut, and I am very passionate about equality and voting rights. Disenfranchisement is something that really interests me, and I've researched this topic thoroughly. Disenfranchisement is when somebody is prevented from being able to vote. Enfranchisement is when somebody is given the right to vote back. Traditionally, defendants convicted of a felony lose their right to vote, their right to sit on a jury, and their right to own a gun. According to ncsl.org, in only 20 states, ex-felons are given their right to vote upon release. As American citizens, it is important for us to uphold our ideals to create a true democracy where every individual is represented. We should want everybody to have the same rights, regardless of their past. We can do this by giving ex-felons their right to vote. There is very little proof that disenfranchisement does any good. According to humanrightswatch.org, there are 3 reasons why people oppose voter enfranchisement. The first is the protection of the purity of the ballot box. This is when we say that somebody does not have the proper decision-making skills to vote right. However, there's no way to say if somebody is voting right or wrong because that's all opinion-based, and if somebody is voting differently from your own ideologies. The second is the prevention of harmful changes to the law. However, there's no way to say if somebody is voting right or wrong, again, and we cannot deny somebody the right to vote based off of the contents of their vote. That goes against the very principle of universal suffrage. Third, protection against voter fraud is what people say, that we don't want criminals to commit voter fraud. However, there is no evidence that ex-felons are more likely to commit voter fraud than anyone else, and most crimes are not even connected to voter fraud. For example, possession. If somebody is convicted of possession of marijuana, there's no way to say that they're going to then go commit voter fraud when they are released from prison. Disenfranchisement often does more harm than good. It already targets minorities at a disproportionate level, and it contributes to the racial divide that polarizes our country. Disenfranchisement laws were created as an opposition to the Reconstruction Amendments. States wanted to find a way to prevent people from being able to vote. They also created and changed their criminal codes to where they would have a wider range of crimes they could convict people on. So then they could, 1, have legalized slavery, which was what the prison system is, and 2, so that they could deny people their right to vote. Erica Wood found in their essay, Restoring the Right to Vote, that nationwide, 13% of African American men have lost the right to vote, which is 7 times the national average. They also found that given current rates of incarceration, 3 in 10 of the next generation of African American men can expect to lose their right to vote at some point in their life. Disenfranchisement also goes against the idea of rehabilitation. When somebody goes to prison, they serve their time to make up for the wrong that they committed, and upon release, they are supposedly rehabilitated. Disenfranchisement contradicts the promise of rehabilitation and works against the successful reentry of offenders back into their community. George W. Bush said in his State of the Union address in 2004 that America is the land of second chances, and when the gates of prison open, the path ahead should lead to better. If we're not giving people their rights back, how can it lead to better? When we deny people their right to vote, we are telling ex-convicts that 1, that once they are a criminal, they are always a criminal. 2, we are telling them that they are second-class citizens who do not deserve the same rights as everybody else. This leaves them feeling isolated and unwanted. When somebody is allowed to vote, it gives them a purpose in their community. It gives them a civic duty and makes them feel like they belong and can make a change. We need this so people can properly feel like they are re-entering society in the right way. Disenfranchisement is a very big problem in America. It is outdated and needs to be addressed. It has no purpose, targets minorities, and goes against the purpose of serving time. Many states are moving towards change with this problem, and we need to use our voice so that that change can be reached faster. I hope that I have helped change your opinion on disenfranchisement and voter rights, and that you will use your voice for the greater good. Thank you for listening and have a great day.